it's Janine Koden from Connected Limited. I'm a somatic trauma coach and narcissistic abuse specialist. And I want to say about something that a lot of people ask about, and that is, can a narcissist change? And how do you even know you're even dealing with one, right? So we'll start with this. If you're Googling it at 2 a.m., then your nervous system already knows the answer. Take accountability and do consistent, regulated work. And most aren't, not because they're evil, but because their entire identity relies on avoiding shame. And how do you know you're dealing with a narcissist? Look for patterns, not the drama. All right? You might feel like you're always the problem, or you can never do anything right, even when you're literally like showing them screenshots of things they've done. You feel like you walk on eggshells, and they just kind of walk on your boundaries. You feel that any ask would be met with resistance. They flip the script on you, right? So you come to them saying, I feel bad because you've done this and this. And somehow at the end of that conversation, you feel like you did something wrong. It's not right. And you feel guilty for things that you didn't do. Your nervous system is also always in like freeze or fawn. And what I mean by that is it feels like you just want to keep the peace. So you make yourself into like emotional origami until you keep the peace. You make your demands less. You make your needs less. You make your tolerance for their behavior more. And that's a survival mode. And something that you might notice is your world gets smaller while their world gets bigger. It's like your dreams shrink. You might have great ambitions to do amazing things, and somehow they become an inconvenience in your day-to-day life. So your voice quietens and you make yourself smaller, your confidence shrinks. That is not a relationship, that is a trauma bond. If you feel they're really pushing you to be who you want to be, that's a more healthy dynamic. So can they change? Only if they choose to face their own shame, dysregulation, and trauma. Some might even say, and this is part of a hoovering tactic, yes, I can do that differently. I'm sorry I did that differently. But the accountability is not real because the behavior doesn't change. When people want to make real change, they can reflect, they can look inward, and they can think of it in the point of view of the other person and how it affected them. Narcissist isn't able to do that. And normally because the accountability feels like annihilation to someone who built a whole identity on avoidance. But you can change, your body can heal, and your story can shift. And you don't have to do it alone. If it's landing a bit too close to home, my trauma-informed coaching at Connected can help you untangle these patterns, steady your nervous system, and rebuild the parts of you that forgot they were allowed to have needs. Because you deserve safety, and you deserve clarity, and you deserve relationships that don't require you to abandon yourself. And it's very difficult to realize that this is what you want or this is what you need, because we're so stuck in the physiology of the chemicals we're living in with the fight and the flight and the freeze and the fawn. Usually you've moved to freeze and fawn and can live in this state for years and years, decades even. And the thought of change or the thought of leaving that relationship might fill you with absolute panic. And that's its intention. If you want support, you can book a free discovery call in my bio. You're doing better than you think.